Is Justin, aka Dream Chaser, coming to you with another episode to today's Power Up Motivation. We're out here morphing people's minds, and today I really want to talk about Are You Full? And this is something I woke up feeling some type of way about today, and a lot of times I talk about my life in these videos, and I honestly talk to myself to motivate me. So hopefully you get some motivation out of this. All right, so to get started, the definition of full is to be without lack. And so it talks about a completeness. It means that nothing is omitted. And so, being a person, you need to know how to be a full person, because by being a full person, you will accomplish, go wherever you want to go in life, accomplish anything that you want to accomplish. And so, let's get into it. So, my first point, it takes knowing what you want. All right, so what that means is, what do you want out of life? What do you want out of a spouse? What do you want out of a job? What do you want out of your financial status? What do you want out of whatever aspect that you are living in? And so, by knowing what you want, you already kind of completed one of these steps. I have 4 steps total. You already completed one of the steps to being full. Because a lot of times people don't know what they want. And when you don't know what you want, you don't have direction. If you don't have direction, well, then how are you going to get to where you want to go? Yeah, you can stumble upon it, yada, yada, this, yada, yada, that. But when you know what you want, you have an end game, you have a goal, and you can just continue to reach and strive towards that goal. All right, so for example, with me, I like to give examples, my personal examples. One of my biggest dreams, and also always be careful with sharing your biggest dream, but one of my biggest dreams that I've had since I was about maybe in the 4th, 5th, or 6th grade was to win a Nobel Prize. And so I want to win a Nobel Prize for changing people's lives for the better. I want to win a Nobel Prize for George Washington Carver, because I feel like he should have won one. And I really want to do it for myself, because I have a passion and I have a heart for making people's lives better around me. You know, let your light so shine so that you can inspire others around you. All right, so going to my second point, it takes knowing who you are. And so, meaning, it's kind of different from knowing what you want, but it's knowing you now. And so, what makes you happy? What makes you sad? What increases your joy? Because there's a difference between joy and happiness. You know, what makes you angry? What irritates you? What are you willing to tolerate? What are you not willing to tolerate? You know, these are things that, you know, contribute to who you are. You know, what are your principles? What are your values? Like what do you hold precious to you, and what do you not mind letting go? And so that's another step towards becoming full, because once you know who you are and you know what you represent and you know what matters to you and what doesn't matter to you, you can proceed further with life. And so, for example, about me again, because I only know myself, I'm ambitious. I'm very nerdy. I'm goofy. I like to laugh. I do the most. You know, things like that. That's who I am. And so I know I will not tolerate people in my life that are not okay with me being who I am. I know I won't tolerate people in my life who are not okay with me living it the way I want to live it. And so with me knowing who I am, I only put people and I only put things and I only put stuff in my life that will not be a waste of time for me reaching my ultimate goal. And so now time to segue into my third point. It takes knowing where and how you're supposed to put your faith. And so for me, I'm a Christian. I believe in God. You know, for each his own. You know, find where you want to put your faith for yourself. But for me, I believe in God, because I don't believe that I can do it all by myself. You know, I believe I can do anything and everything like that. But I can't do everything earthly. Meaning, like, I know I'm not fully enough with everything I go through in my life, because I just can't believe in myself that much to get me through everything that I've gone through long term. And so I say, for each person, to each his own. Find what you want to put your faith in, no matter what it is, no matter what religion it is. You need somewhere to be rooted into, because when the winds blow and when the storms come, you need to be able to make sure that you're holding on strong and you're standing fast in what you believe in and what you have your faith in. And when you put your faith in that, put your whole faith into it, so that you know that no matter what comes, you know, when you get at your lowest point, when you get everything's burned, everything is in ashes, smoke, bombs dropping, when you get there, this is when it's time to harness your faith, because it will pick you back up and it will keep you going. And that also helps keep you full. And so make sure, this is a crucial point, make sure that you know where to put your faith. And when you put your faith there, believe in it, stay strong to it, never stop believing it, and just have it be rooted in you. So now time for the last and one of the most important points to me as well. For it takes knowing how to be alone. And for me, at least, that was a very hard thing that I had to learn how to grow into. It took a lot of maturing. You know, I'm a big fan of love. I'm a big fan of relationships. You know, find a person that's meant for you and everything like that. But it takes knowing how to be alone, because I don't know, I feel like a lot of people, depending on who you are, of course, you spend the most amount of time with yourself, because you can never ever escape yourself. You can never ever escape, you know, your mind. You can never ever escape what you're living. You can't escape it. It's you. It's your life. So one thing, and in my opinion, one of the most important things as well, again, all points are important, but this one is crucial to me, at least. You have to know how to be alone, because you can't just rely on other people. You can't just expect other people to make you happy. That's too much pressure for people. You can't expect other people to be your joy. That's too much pressure for them. Don't put, would you want that pressure on you? You know, you got to ask yourself these kind of questions. So you can't put people in a position that they can't feel, one. And then two, by putting something in somebody else's control, you lose control over it. And so what happens when they want to leave you? You at the desolate place. You can't be there. You can't go there. So you have to know how to be alone. And so you must know how to pour into yourself. So for example, that means like when you're at your emptiest state, when you are at your lowest point, when you are, life is going bad, life is going hard, you have to know how to pour into yourself. You have to know what you need to continue to grow. You have to know how to pick yourself up after like a heartbreaking breakup, or after a hard loss in a game, or after whatever you're going through. You have to know how to get yourself back rooted. And so I like to talk about this example. A wise man once told me, when it comes to choosing your spouse, make sure that you're a full cup first before you try to go find your spouse. Because, for example, 2 half cups will always have lack. So if I pour into you, you pour into me, somebody's always without something. But when people know how to pour into themselves, and when people become full, let's say something's going on in my life, I need my girl to start pouring into me so that I can become full, you know, so that I can, you know, keep going, you know. Yes, she has lack right now, but see, I know how to pour into myself. So when I get back up on my feet and I start doing what I know I am, and I start being the person who I know I am, I become full, and now I have excess. And so now I can pour back into her, and now we're both full cups. So make sure that you know how to pour into yourself, because that's very important, because that deals with knowing how to be alone, because you find happiness in yourself, you find joy in yourself, you find how to make yourself what you need to be. And so, just to reiterate my 4 points: 1, it takes knowing what you want. 2, it takes knowing who you are. 3, it takes knowing where and how to put your faith. And 4, it takes knowing how to be alone. Well, that concludes today's episode of Power Up Motivation. Remember, we're out here morphing minds. Like, comment, and subscribe. And never forget, go be great.